If in a theater, we can see there an actor, actress perform the show, but behind that is a whole team supporting the show. Similar in each flight trip, beside a pilot, flight attendants, there are technicians, engineers, and mechanics work together to make sure the flight safety. I am Van, the editor from Living Game Studio, proud to introduce to you brand new episode Aircraft, Avionics, Equipment, Mechanic and Technicians. I will talk with an aircraft technician telling about his job in aviation industry. Please welcome to Living Game Studio, Jackson from Florida. I did some search about your job, Jackson. My very first question is, in United States, is this job for US citizens only? Or is it available for international students also?
The short answer is no. You don't need to be a U.S. citizen to become a certified aircraft mechanic in the United States. It is absolutely available to international students. To work on U.S. registered aircraft, you need an airframe and power plant certificate issued by the Federal Aviation Administration, FAA. The FAA does not care about your citizenship, but you must be 18 years old, able to read, write, speak, and understand English fluently because all technical manuals and tests are in English. After students graduate from an FAA-approved aviation maintenance technician school, Part 147 school, they can work for commercial airlines and MROs such as Delta, United, or massive regional maintenance facilities. General aviation such as local flight schools, private business jets, corporate hangars.
I also do research about the requirement of becoming an aircraft and avionics equipment mechanic and technician. Just an associate degree, and some just require high school diploma with on-job training on military. And surprisingly, is the salary is very strong and attractive compared to other job seekers who had a master or PhD degree, but salary is very small. Is that because the high demand of this career, or just because the quality, reputation of the educational program is well known, or some other factors?
As a mechanic, I can tell you that this high salary is not because our schools are magically prestigious, nor is it a fluke. It is the result of a brutal, high-stakes collision between economics, government law, and simple supply and demand. The standard baseline median salary sits right around $78,000 to $81,000 a year, but experienced mechanics at major commercial airlines or cargo companies easily clear $100,000 to $155,000 plus when you factor in overtime and premiums. There are many factors like the massive portion of the workforce is hitting retirement age at once. In many fields, a degree proves you are smart, but it doesn't grant you legal authority. In aviation, an FAA airframe and power plant A&P license is a federal credential. When an A&P mechanic signs their name in an aircraft logbook after a repair, they are legally taking responsibility for the safety of that aircraft and everyone on it. If a PhD in computer science makes a mistake, software crashes. If an aircraft mechanic makes a mistake, people die. Airlines pay a premium for that legal accountability and liability. The next one is the cost of grounding. A major commercial jet like a Boeing 777 or Airbus A350 can lose an airline anywhere from $10,000 to $150,000 for every single hour it sits on the ground broken. If a skilled avionics technician can troubleshoot a radar glitch in 45 minutes instead of 4 hours, they just saved the company hundreds of thousands of dollars in canceled flights and passenger delays. The salary of the mechanic is pennies compared to the cost of a grounded fleet. And another factor is strong unionization.
According to the data from Bureau of Labor Statistics (BLS) in 2024, there were approximately 139,000 jobs for aircraft mechanics and service technicians, and about 21,000 jobs for avionics technicians. 32% of these jobs were concentrated in companies providing air transportation support services. while 41% were with companies manufacturing aerospace products and parts. Aircraft mechanics and avionics technicians typically work in the hangars, repair stations, and on airfields. Most of the work sites are located near major airports. They may be required to work on the scaffolding or ladders. The work environment often involves high level of noise and vibration, particularly during engine testing. Workers must exercise caution to prevent fall or use protective equipment such as hearing protection to minimize the risk of hearing loss. They may work 8 to 10 hours shift, including night, weekend, and holidays. Jackson, my next question is tell me about your training program requirement before becoming a technician like you now.
To get to where I am, you don't need a 4-year bachelor's degree, but you do have to go through a highly structured, intense training regimen. The Federal Aviation Administration treats aviation schools more like a flight crew boot camp than a standard college class. If you go the schooling route, you will attend an FAA-approved Part 147 Aviation Maintenance Technician School. This can be at a community college for an Associate of Applied Science degree or a dedicated technical academy for a certificate. The training requirements to get your airframe and power plant A and P license break down into two main phases, school and the actual FAA exams.
Tell me more about FAA exam. Is that difficult? And tell me a little bit about in detail.
Graduating from school doesn't make you a mechanic. It just gives you the ticket to take the federal exams. To get your license, you have to pass 9 separate tests, 3 written exams, a computer-based multiple choice test for general, airframe, and power plant. You need a 70% or higher to pass. 3 oral exams. You sit in a room face to face with an FAA designated mechanic examiner, DME. They will quiz you out loud on random procedures. For example, explain step by step how you check an oxygen system for leaks. 3 practical exams. This is the hands-on test. The examiner takes you into a hangar and says, here is a piece of sheet metal, a rivet gun, and a blueprint. Build this repair patch, or troubleshoot why this alternator isn't charging the battery. The oral and practical O and P phase is a grueling, nerve-wracking process that typically takes 8 to 12 hours of continuous testing.
Where to find a good school to study and how much does it cost per program? I know to get into the program, the school just require you had a high school diploma. How about the percentage to pass the license before applying for an entry-level job?
The FAA treats every school exactly the same. Whether you pay $8,000 or $50,000, you walk away with the exact same airframe and power plant A and P license. Airlines do not care about the name of your school. They only care that your license is valid. You must choose a school that is FAA Part 147 approved. If it doesn't have this specific federal designation, you cannot use it to get your license. You can find the complete list directly on the FAA's official website.
Aviation maintenance is historically one of the most male-dominated industries in the world, though the numbers are slowly changing. Male had 94 to 97%, while female just had 3 to 6%. Because of this severe gap, there is a massive push by major airlines and organizations like Women in Aviation International to recruit women in the career. Companies are actively trying to diversify their hangar, make it highly welcome environment for incoming female technicians. Now we move on to the end of this conversation today. I have like music library. Every time I key in the keyword, it will come out a song to listen. If I have to ask you to describe your job in a few words, what would you say?
Entirely responsible for lives in the sky.
Okay, I will key entirely responsible for the lights in the sky in the search toolbar, and he a result. Jackson, thank you for coming for the interview today. I learned a lot about from your job and I wish you a good day. This episode is for educational and entertainment purpose only. The AI guest is a simulated personnel, while the data is designed to reflect industry trends. Listeners should independently verify on career, legal, and financial requirements before making career decisions. Thank you for listening. And this episode is made by Van and Artificial Intelligence. And here the song to listen.
There are a girlfriend and a boyfriend. They have just started to hang out in a very first day. The girlfriend asks her boyfriend, "Honey, what do you do for your life? You need to honest with me. Do not lie."
Honey, my job is simply repairing.
What? Repair bicycle?
No, honey, repairing stuff so you can safely fly to my place for dinner.
Exactly. What do you do?
I am an aircraft technician. I fix parts.
Now I see, honey. That is a cool job.
Tomorrow we will have our children. Follow what you are doing.
Let's do dinner today first, honey.
Still wondering which career pathway to follow? Living Game Studio offer a unique career assessment to discover your core strength, interest, and filter back to success. What you will receive a detailed evaluation will analyze your results to highlight the field that perfectly match your strength. 5 custom career pathway we provide for you to fit your profile and explore tools and reference that help you research and choose your future career. By making a phone call or email us to get started, take your time, no stress required. We promise you will enjoy the experience. This event from Living Game Studio. Thank you for listening and I will see you next time.